In regards to Starmer and Lord Mandelson, there's a strange thing going on where people are saying Starmer needs to go. Starmer needs to go. I think that's just a little bit ridiculous. Now, the reason we'll say that is because basically, if we're going to be honest, Lord Mandelson wasn't really being forthcoming with what he was actually doing. And numerous MPs and officials hired him and he's been let go. He's worked for numerous MPs, numerous, for the last 22 decades. And the person that advised Starmer to hire him, well, helped Starmer gain his power. So Starmer kind of trusted the guy that asked for Mandelson to have the job. It's a weird one, but it actually really isn't on Starmer. I kind of feel for him because at first it's what I thought, and then as I looked into it and spoke to a friend of mine, he basically broke down how over decades, countless MPs have hired Mandelson for work, and Mandelson was never really telling people what exactly was going on. And the only reason we found out was from them Epstein files where they say not enough information is being released. Sounds like plenty's been released. And the thing is, now people want to call for Starmer to go. I think that's just about 3/3 ridiculous. Now, I can understand why. Because this isn't just an isolated incident. Over this time in power, he has basically backtracked on everything and has went back and forth and back and forth. Even though they did inherit a mess, the problem is this image of going back and forth makes you appear to be a leader that can't stick to anything. And people want a leader that's going to be direct and stick to things. I.e., like Trump. As much as people hate Trump, his secret really is he sticks to his guns and he doesn't back down. See, Starmer's apologizing about all this, and I don't think he should. I think he should look, it is what it is. If I knew all this information, I wouldn't have done that. And leave it at that. There's no need for him to apologize about that. And not having a stance is having a stance, but it's a poor one. When you're a leader of a nation, you need to have a stance and just take a side and accept all the crap that comes with it. When you don't do that, you end up in a situation like Starmer's in, where this mistake wasn't really even on him, but because he has a track record of being just everywhere and not really taking a stance on something, people now feel like, or see him as, not necessarily feel like, they see him as, based on his track record, as someone that really can't manage the job. So as much as people hate Trump and say they don't like him, the people that like him think he's very effective and a strong leader. And that's what actually matters. Because if you won an election, that's the part that matters. The people that voted you in, do they still think you deserve the job? Because the people that don't think you deserve the job will always be your naysayers. That's the name of the game. But when you go back and forth, you're not really sure about anything. The people that follow you don't know where you're leading them to. And that's fundamentally the problem for Starmer. Not really sure where he's leading the country. It's more like he's firefighting and just trying to avoid the worst case scenario. Well, these days, that's not good enough. People want a leader to be decisive. That's why you have this rise in right-wing politics in lots of Western countries. Not because people are hateful and are nationalists. It's just they want common sense to come back. And, what's wrong with being where you're from? You know what I'm saying? And Starmer's kind of like everywhere, and people want identity. They want somebody that's sure. That's what people want right now, because a lot of unsure things have happened, like COVID. There's a lot going on. A lot. Inflation was bad, and we still feeling the after effects of that. I don't think Starmer will go, but if we look at his track record, there's probably going to be more continued chaos, unfortunately. Unless he puts his foot down and says, you know what, it is what it is. This is what I'm going to do, and this is who I am. That would be the one thing I think would save him. But that's my opinion. What's yours? If you have one, feel free to share it on my channel page, because I'm going to post this on different sites. All right.